Hi there fellow adventurers, Morty here and I've got an exciting video for you today. In this episode, we're driving deep into the treacherous world of classic WoW hardcore. I'm going to review the top 10 most dangerous mobs you absolutely need to avoid during your leveling journey, or at least be extremely careful. Stick around because knowing these threats can be a lifesaver quite literally. So let's jump right into it, shall we? First up, we have the notorious Defias Pillagers, those troublemakers lurking in Westfall, particularly in Moonbrook. They're apart in the People's Militia questline, and while many adventurers cross paths with them, their fireball ability packs a punch dealing up to 70 damage. Imagine being a level 14 warrior with around 400 HP. Pull more than one of these and your fate is sealed. My advice? Always be on guard, interrupt those fireball casts, or team up with others to tackle this quest. Now let's talk about a quest that turns into a real death trap. Gerenzo's Orders, found in Stonetown Mountains near a Windshear mine. It might not seem daunting at first, but when you enter that cave to protect Biznik while he's mining, you face at least 3 waves of kobolds, some of which are level 20 or 21. The odds of survival here? I would say less than 1%. Unless you're stacked with war buffs, top 2 gear and at least level 25, this quest is nearly impossible to solo. Oh, and beware of respawns. If you attempt an escape, things can get chaotic and deadly real quick. Don't be fooled by their appearance. Mottled Screechers in Wet Ones seem harmless at first. They're part of the Armor's Revenge quest. Once they drop below 30% health, they will summon nearby raptors for help, and their aggro range is massive. When engaging these fellows, always pull them back to avoid aggroing additional mobs. Up next is a category of mobs that have the ability Execute, and trust me, these aren't just warriors with a chip on their shoulder. There are 28 mobs in the game that can execute, so you need to be cautious. Keep your HP topped up and eliminate them quickly. You will encounter common foes like the Witchwing Slayer in the Barrens, Blood Fury Slayer in Stonetown Mountains, Coker Destroyer in Desolace, and Waste Wonder Assassin in Tenaris. Here is also a list with all of these mobs in Azeroth. Study the mobs in your leveling path and never let your health drop below 20%. Eck'Alom is a rare water elemental in southern Ashenvale near the Mistral Lake. He is another nasty surprise. While the initial fight seems standard, his freeze ability is a game changer, stunning you for a looping 15 seconds and dealing frost damage over time. Interrupt this spell or just steer clear. Your life isn't worth a random green drop. Venturing into Hillsbrad foothills for the Stone Tokens quest. Beware the Dalaran shield guards. They're hostile to the Horde and possess a skill called Violent Shield Effect. Melee classes take heat. This ability immobilizes them, increasing their armor and dealing 85 damage to the attackers. It's easy to miss this damage notification, so stay vigilant. Careful when cleaving them, it might just hasten your demise. Ungoro Crater's grills, particularly inside the Fungal Rock Cave, are another threat. The cave is densely packed with them, and when near death, they'll call for reinforcements, luring grills from miles around. Engage cautiously, as you might end up facing a ton of angry apes. In Western Plainlands, during your Cauldron Cleansing quest, you will encounter freezing ghouls. They can freeze you for 5 seconds with their flash freeze ability, which is really bad news if you're not at full HP or facing multiple ghouls. The spell is instant and unbreakable, so exercise extreme caution in these areas, especially as you approach to hit level 60. Again in Western Plainlands, you might stumble upon Foreman Jerris, a rare spawn in a small cave in the city of Hearthglen. He is more familiar to the AoE farming mages as he's in the same zone where most of the mages farm for their last couple of levels. His trash ability can grant him an extra attack on his next swing. If you dare to try him as a ranged class because melee doesn't even stand a chance, make sure he never reaches you for a melee hit, as he can literally one-shot you and finish your journey. Stay out of his melee range or risk getting killed. Last but not least, we have Deathclasp, an elite scorpion in Silitus. You will likely need to slay this beast for the quest Wanted Deathclasp Terror of the Sands, but beware of paralyzing poison, which immobilizes you for 8 seconds. Many adventurers underestimate this ability and end up meeting their doom right before reaching level 60. Consider carrying a restorative potion if you ever attempt to solve this menace. And there you have it, my fellow adventurers, the top 10 deadliest mobs in Classic WoW Hardcore. Let me know down in the comments which of these mobs finished your journey or at least made a close call. I hope this video equips you to survive just a bit longer in this harsh realm. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Your support means a lot to me and helps me continue creating intriguing and entertaining videos in the future. If you made it so far in the video, thank you for watching and I hope I see you in the next video.